in Syracuse, New York, ESFTV presents a special edition of college basketball as the SUNY ESF Mighty Oaks welcome the Cannoneers of Jefferson Community College to Jim Boeheim Court. Hello everybody, and thank you for joining us on ESFTV for men's college basketball. Alongside Charlie Fellows, I'm Cole Weintraub, welcoming you to Syracuse for tonight's matchup. This is the marquee game of the season as SUNY ESF takes over the largest on-campus basketball venue in the country. And it could be a special night for one particular Mighty Oak. Patrick Emery, the team's leading scorer from nearby Manlius, New York, is on the cusp of 1,000 career points. And Charlie, he has really had such a great career with the green and yellow.
He's been an institution here with the Mighty Oaks, Cole, and coming up on the end of his third season here in the green, yellow, and black with 985 career points. That's 15 shy for those mathematically challenged among you, and that is a pretty much sure thing for him to get it tonight, considering he averages 22 points a game, had 29 last time out against JCC, so less of an if, more of a when.
And for the Jefferson Community College Cannoneers, they become just the 8th SUNY team to ever play here in the Dome. Just moments ago, we had the chance to catch up with the head coaches for both teams. For the Cannoneers, they come in at 5-18, losing 9 of their last 10. Charlie, how is head coach Joe Vaddy looking for his team to execute tonight?
Yeah, Cole, they just broke that 9-game schneid last time out, and they've got some pretty simple goals here. Going to limit turnovers. That's typically a great way to guarantee yourself a win. Locate ESF shooters. ESF known for being a good shooting team. That's going to be a key for JCC to shut that down. And then, of course, just defend aggressively, box out. Don't lose your man. Classic tenets of good defense. Going to be seeing that hopefully on both sides here today.
On the flip side, ESF began the season at 3-14, but are now on a 3-game winning streak. What has head coach John D'Antonio seen in his squad over the last 3 games, and what are some of his keys of success for tonight?
Well, remember what I said about good defense? He wants to see some too. Shocker there. The coaches both hoping that their guys are going to, the lights aren't going to be too bright and they're not going to lose their assignments and miss their rotations. You got to move the ball. He's been talking about is every possession where ESF has at least 3 passes, good things tend to happen. He's going to hope to see that a lot here today. And then, of course, protect the big house, protect the JMA Wireless Dome. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for some of these guys to get to play under these lights and have the place all to themselves, and the moment can't be too big.
Well, the fans are greening up here in the JMA Dome, and we are moments away from tip-off here on ESF TV. But before we get going, let's take a look at tonight's starting lineups.
Yeah, starting with Jefferson, the Cannoneers, Jaden Coyner, Owen Cole, Patrick Aliou, Devon Green, and Brian Rivera, the 5 that we're going to see a 4-guard lineup for Jefferson. Going to try to overwhelm SUNY with that shooting. On the ESF side, Antonio Franco, the Spaniard, Ben Zito, Andrew Cox, Patrick Emery, and Kieran Heffernan, the only senior on this team with the senior ceremony fast approaching. He's going to make a start for head coach John D'Antonio.
Now let's check in with the 3rd member of our broadcast crew, Nico Horning. Nico, what do you have for us?
Hey, Cole and Charlie, how's it going? It's going to be a fun environment here in the Dome tonight with ESF looking to defend the Dome for the 7th straight year. They have won every game here since 2018, except for a COVID year when they did not play. Now, Patrick Emery, of course, all eyes on him, trying to break that 1,000 career point record. He has a chance to do so tonight. Had 28 points here in the Dome last season, along with the double-double, so look for him to get going early and often, driving down the paint. Should be a good one here in the Dome tonight. Guys, back to you.
Well, we are getting set for a really great event here in the JMA Dome between ESF and Jefferson Community College. A SUNY face-off here in the Dome, and it should really be a great one.
Absolutely. These are 2 teams that are really looking for a win at this point of the season. ESF had that rough start, but they've really found their groove lately, and JCC, pretty much the opposite of that, had that 9-game slide that they just snapped last night with that crazy finish, making free throws in the end to sneak that one out. 2 teams that would really love to get a chance to say that they won a game on this hallowed court, the Jim Boeheim court, that not many guys get a chance to even play on, let alone in a college basketball game. So they're going to hopefully leave all their hearts and their abilities out on the court tonight, and best team's going to win.
When we spoke to head coach John D'Antonio before, he talked about, having a tough first semester going into 2025, but 2025 they have gone undefeated. They look at this year as the year of winning. and they look to carry that momentum into really such a great environment like this one.
And the Dome has been a positive sign for them. They have never lost, like Nico was saying. They've since 2018, when they started having these games, ESF has never lost, and you see that view there shows the crowd. Doesn't look quite as big from that angle, but from where we're seeing, we can really see the greening out of the Dome has commenced. These fans are out in full force, ready to support their team.
Well, the fans are certainly out in full force as we get set for tip-off here in Syracuse. You have two 19-plus point per game stores for ESF. Antonio Franco, we'd like to give a shout-out to his family in Caceres, Spain, giving us a look past 1 o'clock in the morning Eastern time, the dedication for Antonio Franco. And for Patrick Emery, we talk about his really resume up to this point. He was the MVP for ESF last season, and he has been the leading scorer for back-to-back years. This is an exciting time for Patrick and his family, who are in attendance today.
Yeah, local kid out of Fayetteville, went to Fayetteville Manly. Really the dichotomy you illustrated there with a local kid from just a few miles down the road and in Caceres, Spain. Buena mañana a todos si estás mirándolos. Pero this is going to be a really interesting one for both sides, like we've been talking about. For Patrick Emery, obviously, he's going to come into this with a lot on his mind. You know, he knows about the record. Everybody does. The record, I should say, the milestone that he's shooting for, trying to become just the second player ever in ESF history to reach 1,000 career points. And if he does that, it's going to be a great scene.
And for the Jefferson Community College Cannoneers, their leading scorer, Brian Rivera, at 14 points per game. The Cannoneers played last night and faced off against the Finger Lakes Community College. They broke a 9-game losing streak. That's some good momentum coming into the Dome here tonight. Rivera went 17 points, 11 boards, and 3 assists. He has really been a staple for them in their starting lineup, as well as Jaden Corner, who came off the bench yesterday, but still hit his season average at 11 points from Manhattan, New York. You actually have 2 Australians on Jefferson Cannoneers team. From Perth, Australia, Owen Cole, and as well as Emmett Keem from Colac, Australia.
And that's potentially a winning formula. Of course, Syracuse women's basketball, the 2 top players on that team are from Australia, and they've been on a better tear of late. So, you know, as long as that losing streak gets, the better the win feels when you're finally able to snap it. And SUNY Jefferson, shout-outs to them for getting off the schneid. That can be the toughest thing to do when you're just losing game after game after game, to find it in yourself to make that happen. But, you know, if anybody was going to lead a team to snap a streak like that, it's going to be Joe Vade. He's seen it all, was an assistant coach back in 1986 in the legendary SUNY Potsdam team that went 32-0, ran all the way to the Division III state title, or a national title, I should say, the only SUNY school to win a basketball national championship. And now he's taken over here at SUNY Jefferson and brought all that experience with him. Few more experienced coaches that ESF is going to run up against this year.
And that pedigree is so important. But just to highlight something throughout ESF season, they got their first Division III win in their school's history. And we talk about Patrick Emery. He would just become the second player in school history to have 1,000 points. Ryan Caldwell, the other.
Yeah, another local kid, Ryan Caldwell. But yeah, just to etch yourself into the record books there would be just a really great story, as now they've blown the horn. Looks like pregame warm-ups are set to close here. We might be getting toward our national anthem territory, but until then, watching the fans continue to file into their seats here at the JMA Dome. The one night a year that this is Mighty Oaks country.
And in a moment, we will take a step aside for the public address announcer to announce tonight's starting lineups.
Tonight is senior night here at the Dome, and tonight we are honoring number 34, Kieran Pepperin from Westchester, Pennsylvania. Tonight, Kieran is joined by his parents Allison and Michael Pepperin, as well as his brother Ronan. Kieran has been an extremely hard-working, dedicated member of the men's basketball team for the past 4 years. His future plans are to attend graduate school in the field of economic or data analyst In the Philadelphia area, Kieran has always been a great teammate, being positive and encouraging to all the guys. Kieran's favorite basketball moment was when he won the Penn State Strength Tournament during his freshman year. Kieran would like to thank his family and all the people who have never stopped supporting him along the way. Thank you, Kieran, for all your contributions to SUNY ESF basketball. Mighty Oak fans, let's give a round of applause one more time, number 34, Kieran Jefferson.
Jefferson will be getting the start for ESF today, his first start in quite some time, the Westchester product from upstate New York. He had quite the night back when the two teams played. OCC and ESF played here in the JMA Dome last year. And it's an exciting moment to be here in the JMA Dome and to be celebrated on your senior night. It's truly awesome, and to be the only senior on the team is
only
also
senior on
special.
either side. No upperclassmen of any kind on the SUNY
Right.
Jefferson squad, all freshmen and sophomores. So, yeah, definitely a good scene. You know, you and I also both seniors, so we're feeling some of that second semester, strangeness ourselves. Know how it feels like to be closing out these things. This is Dome game number 4 for him, of course, and I'm sure lots going through his mind right now, but we love to see it.
Certainly, I think one of his strong suits that we might be able to see at the beginning of the game when he's into start is his corner shooting. When he gets into the corner, he can really make a play for this ESF squad, and as we heard in the open, they want to move the ball around, and if they can get the ball out into the perimeter and into the corner, they can find Jefferson for open shots throughout the night. That's his strong suit, and it'd be cool to see him have a moment like that tonight.
Yeah, 33.3% from downtown this season is Jefferson. Not a huge sample size on that, but yeah, he definitely can knock them down just like a lot of these teams. Remember the one of the keys to the game for Jefferson is limiting those ESF shooters. That's going to be something on full display, especially with trying to get Patrick Emery his open shots, but trying to win the game too, and whoever's got the hot hand is going to be catching those looks, and we'll see if it's Jefferson getting that, not surprise start, but that less common start. We're going to see everybody from ESF at some point, I would imagine, in this game with a chance to play on that dome parquet, but good story for him.
Definitely, and ESF, a team that was in the bottom 5 in turnover rate last year, they really cleaned things up here in the back end of the season, and that's why you're starting to see this team really come together as a whole. This is a team that can really be a 3-and-D type squad. With Patrick Emery at the helm, he can really get from corner to corner very quickly for a big guy himself, and he can really shoot the basketball and really set the tone. I think if ESF wants to control the game, they can set the tone by, beating them down the court and beating them to the spot. I think this is a faster ESF team than we've seen in prior years, and definitely faster than this JCC squad.
Yeah, and John D'Antonio, the system he runs on the offensive end, prioritizing that ball movement, get it to at least 3 players before they shoot it. We're probably not going to see that on every single possession, but that's the goal going in, trying to get people's open looks. It's hard to do that at any level of basketball, to prioritize that ball movement, as we see the greened out ESF faithful here, the Mighty Oaks, out in full force. Love that dedication. The one game a year that you get a spotlight like this, and they're not disappointing.
And when you have your full student section behind you, you're going to play with as much intensity as you will see this season. And it's great for a team on a 3-game winning streak before the final 2 games of the season. They could potentially finish out on a 5-game winning streak, and that would just be great for their basketball program.
And with the way their
into
season
next year.
started, all the more excellent to end on a high note, especially since, as aside from the aforementioned Kieran Heffernan, everybody on this team coming back next year. So you want that momentum to carry that into 2025-26, where you can potentially compete for something greater. Our officials for tonight, Olivia Lewis is our head official. We got our 2 umpires, William Gibbons and John York, who will be giving out the calls and keep making sure the game stays on the rails here in the Jim Boeheim court. We are grateful, as always, to them.
Certainly, and you know, you get two teams that are trying to finish the season strong overall. For this JCC squad, they broke the losing streak. They want to finish the season strong, but what they've been struggling recently is turnovers, and they really want to protect the basketball, as we mentioned earlier, and that's the key for them tonight, because this ESF squad can be pesky on the defensive end.
Absolutely, and you know they're going to be fired up in a game like this with as the Jefferson team just came out of their huddle, tried to throw down a dunk, didn't quite execute on it. Nerves on both sides, let's just say. But as I was saying, everybody's going to be nervous. I expect shots will not be falling in early in this game because everybody's going to be wired. The lights are really bright, as we know. But whichever team settles into their style of play first and is able to find open looks, not turn the ball over, all the things we've been talking about, is going to have the upper hand here today.
And when ESF has been at their best, it's getting their opposing team in foul trouble. They have been rock solid from the free throw line of late. And when they get their big man, Patrick Emery, the ball, good things can happen as he can shoot the ball from behind the arc and get inside and really, you know, create a force for this Jefferson Community College Cannoneers squad.
Pre-game clocks hit 0, so we've got our national anthem upcoming with our national anthem singer. It's going to be Ricky Osborne out of McGraw High School. This is a bit of a audition for him, a bit of a warm-up, and we'll get into that after he sings it.
At this time, I would like to welcome my special friend to center court from McGraw High School. Mighty Oaks fans, let's give it up for the great Ricky Osborne. Ricky Osborne will be singing the national anthem for us tonight. So at this time, I ask that you please rise for our national anthem, which will be sung by the great Ricky Osborne.
And that was Ricky Osborne out of McGraw High School. As we were saying before, this is a bit of a warm-up for him. He's going to be doing the national anthem for Colgate men's basketball as they take on Navy on Wednesday. So great job from him. And he's heading to the big time soon, but glad he could spare some time for little old us.
Step aside for the starting lineups. First with the Jefferson Community College Cannoneers.
Jefferson Community College, Joe Body, along with assistant coaches Andre Brown and Nicholas Lennox.
And now on to the ESF side.
We are about ready for tip-off here in Syracuse in the JMA Wireless Dome. It'll be Emery and Keem to tip off. JCC wins the tip, and we are underway. JCC doing a good job of moving the ball around early. Something that they want to do is protect the basketball. Jump shot from the top of the key is good. Cameron Ruiz is on the board.
Yeah, he was a surprise late start for them. The freshman averages 6.6 points per game. He's already halfway there.
Scored 12 last night out of the Bronx. Errant pass, Jefferson dove on it, but it's stolen away once again by ESF. Taken away by JCC. Inside now. Stolen by Jefferson. Franco with it now on the baseline. Drives in hard and he puts it in. Antonio Franco, 19.3 points per game coming into tonight. We're going to see a lot of that as he gets going early.
Hey, Nacho. That's well done.
Kick it out. It's good. Brian Rivera, their leading scorer, gets on the board from downtown.
Yeah, he knocks down triples 34.7% of the time. Got the over on that one.
Had 17 last night for the Cannoneers. Inside is Emery. The spin move up and fouled. You're going to see a lot of that from Patrick Emery as he really tries to make his move under the basket and get to the free throw line.
And the Patrick Emery counter commences with a chance to get his first two. Remember, the magic number is 15.
Emery 77.5 from the line. Second shot's good. JCC continuing to move the ball around as Rivera tries a spin move on Emery. Came with it now. Inside. Pull-up jumper, no good. Offensive rebound by Ruiz. And if ESF wants to gain some momentum early, they have to grab the defensive rebounds as the shot is no good. Rebounded by Franco, and they're going the other way now. Corner three from Emery. No good. Rebound JCC. Rivera with it on the baseline. Ruiz the outlet pull-up jumper. No good. Rebound Jefferson.
Just as I said, some nerves ongoing. A couple of wild missed shots on both sides here.
It's going to be important to get to the basket as Franco does just that, and he is fouled. He'll go to the line for two.
79% free throw shooter, best on this ESF squad. He's the guy you want at the line as much as possible. So good to see he's in an attacking mindset early here.
Emery and Franco, the two leading scorers this season and also last season. Franco also hits the second. Devin Grain with it at guard tonight. Leads the team in assists at just under 4. ESF sends a double team. Looking for the open man. That's Rivera from deep. And he sinks it.
2 quick threes from him. That's exactly the shot, or the start, I should say, that SUNY Jefferson wanted.
ESF loses it, going the other way. Devin Green inside, fights, puts it in. Was looking for a foul, generated some contact, but a nifty move by the Cannoneers point guard. Emery thought about a three, inside. Kicks it back out for Franco. He tries to do this a lot, no good. Rebound Cannoneers. Franco at just under 40% from 3 this year as ESF grabs a rebound. And they look to gain some momentum here early. Emery inside. It'll be a jump ball.
Gonna say, gotta be at least a jump ball. Looked like both teams had a hand on it there. So possession arrow goes to the Mighty Oaks.
Jefferson into inbound. Franco drives in hard and one. Look at the move by Antonio Franco to generate contact and throw up the floater.
Back home they call that fuerte, a strong move from Franco. And once again, buying points the only way he knows how, either that or by knocking down a three. He's excellent at both. And
guess the call was on the floor, so no bucket for ESF, but the possession stays with the Mighty Oaks. Franco tries a three ball. No good. Transition offense for the Cannoneers. Owen Cole with it now. Inside, no look. Pass stolen away by Cox. Cox inside, and one. Just what the doctor called. They say ball doesn't lie.
Just had to give it a possession or two, and now the referee's further conferencing. That was a beat before he went up with it, so maybe they're saying it was on the floor.
Man, Charlie, we can't catch a break over here.
Lots of
bang bang calls.
False promises of end ones here. Now there's going to be a whole conference. The referees are going to talk it over with head coach Joe Vatti. Well, in the meantime, it's been a strong paint-focused start to this game on both sides, Cole. Both teams really trying to get the shot-making started with nice, easy looks, and those can be free throws, those can be layups, but understandably, some of them look a little bit wild. Everybody's got to acclimate to the big confines of this stadium. I'd wager that in these guys' college careers, unless you're on ESF and you've been in a dome game before, you haven't played in an arena even half this size, so going to be some growing pains, but at the end of the day, the basket's still the same size, same dimensions, so it'll come back.
And when you try to knock off those growing pains, it's really getting inside and drawing contact, trying to get to the free throw line, get those free passes at the line. That seems to be the key for both teams early, especially ESF, who has really driven in hard.
And it looks as though there's a bit of a technology issue for the referees. Olivia Lewis, the head referee, had to go behind the bench to possibly change something out. And now, to raucous applause, the game will resume.
We got to figure out if Cox will be heading to the free throw line. It doesn't look that way.
No, it appears they called an offensive foul, actually, because they gave the ball to JCC, which is interesting.
Man, that's something else.
On we play.
Just under 4 minutes in tonight between the Cannoneers and the Mighty Oaks. To the corner, Ruiz on the baseline. Up and under, layup, no good. Rebound, Franco going the other way.
Good job meeting him up at the rim there for ESF. We haven't seen that yet this game. That's going to be key.
Cox drives in, loses it, but it'll stay with the Mighty Oaks. And we'll see what John D'Antonio promised us early, that he will rotate in everybody. Everyone will have a chance to play tonight.
And that is a full line change we just saw. 5 in, 5 out.
That's
we'll
right.
get those names to you as they enter the action.
Selling with it now. Nate Svethold, who typically starts. The ball's going the other way. Rivera inside, flicks it up, no good. Rebound, Holler. This ESF team has been doing a good job on the defensive boards. Selling with it, with the left hand, no good.
Trying to calibrate that shot. This is when you got to do it.
Inside Alou. It's good. That's a nice move as he is able to bring the defense to him outside the paint.
So they did add 2 points to ESF, so I guess
So the
they
Cox
gave
bucket
that
will
bucket,
count.
that bucket to Cox, and they called the foul on the floor. Still doesn't explain why JCC ended up with the ball. That might have just been a confusion.
That's right. Selin from the corner. Sinks it. How about Mikey Selin on the board early?
I'm buying some of that, Cole. They're going to need as much of that shot making as they can if you're ESF.
The freshman from Cicero has made an early impact tonight, and he has this season. 3 ball, no good. Cannoneers struggling from behind the arc.
And Owen Cole just over 20% from 3 this season. That's not the guy you want taking that shot if you're JCC.
That is for sure. He stuffed Selin, so ESF will keep it on the baseline. Checking in for the Mighty Oaks is Clark Flores. Checking out Kyle Williams. Svethold, the freshman, inside, fouled.
I think they got him with a
Offensive
push-off. Yeah, Sletvold. He's a big, high-energy guy for this ESF team. You're going to be seeing that on both ends. Sometimes just gets a little bit carried away.
Nonetheless, Svethold has had an impact freshman season, averaging just under 11 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist. Inside, no good, but it's out on ESF. Emerson Johnson got a hand on that one. He also checks in as well. Pull-up jumper, no good. Rebound on the perimeter. Another pull-up jumper, no good. How about another rebound by Mikey Selin? Tries to get him in transition. Inside to Holland, no good. Rebound Svethold. And a foul is called. What a gritty play by Nate Svethold.
So they got a jump ball, so that's going to be, or no, they did get a foul. One of the refs made a jump ball sign. The other one must have called a foul, and that got overruled.
Charlie, I don't think I have a future in refereeing as Emery drives inside and he puts it up and in.
12 to go, and yeah, that's why we're over here. That's 3 for Emery early.
Coiner, the spin move with the right hand. A nice move, and he puts it in. Jaden Coiner, the second leading scorer for the Cannoneers. As Selin drives in, no good. Rebound Coiner, looking to take it himself. He does. No good. Rebound Holland. He's a force down low.
He got whacked in the face right there,
He
too.
sure did. More contact. Stolen away by Coiner. And he'll go up and put it in. Thought about a dunk there, Charlie.
Yeah, not to that point in the game yet. That's a wise business decision there by Coiner. Going to take the points where they can get them. Team's trading haymakers here.
We talked about Nate Svethold. He is one of the more fundamental players on this team, especially as a freshman. Emery drives in hard. He puts it up and in. Look at Patrick Emery. Put that tally down, Charlie.
That is 990 points for the Mighty Oaks in his career. Closing in.
ESF behind 2 with just under 12 minutes to go here in the first half. Corner, the behind the back dribble, inside, it's good. Wow, he has really done some damage inside, Charlie.
Yeah, it's tied for the team lead and game lead in points now is 6. He's really taken over this JCC offense and can't say they'd be complaining too much.
Ian Holland, mid-range, no good.
Just flat on a lot of their shots here. What happens when you have 5 guys coming in off the bench at once with nobody having a chance to warm up? There's going to be a little bit of a transition period. We're seeing that.
Clearly a size advantage for Holland down low as Corner goes up and over Holland and puts it in. Great start by the Cannoneers point guard.
Best start he could have asked for, and Same goes for JCC. You got to jump out to an early lead when you've got the crowd against you like this.
Selin from downtown, no good. Rebound out on the perimeter. And a foul is called on Selin.
And that's a smart one there, trying to prevent. ESF's been getting torched in transition so far today, so that take foul is going to be critical to let him set up in the half court.
Marcus Shields has checked in for the Cannoneers. He'll inbound here.
And yet, in spite of everything, Cole, still a 6-point game. ESF right in it. They've had a lot of very makeable shots that just haven't gone in. So the Mighty Oaks still reckon with their chances here.
Just keep it in range, and this Mighty Oaks team can really come back from sizable leads, as we've seen recently, as the move by Alou is good. He averages 7 a night. Also 7 rebounds, so one of the more physical players for this Cannoneer squad. Shot is blocked.
That was a nice pass there from Jefferson, but everything but the basket. It's been a common theme.
You can kind of tell the athleticism that Brian Rivera has to offer. As Svethold inbounds to Emery. A double team is set. Kicks it out. How about a 3 from Franco? No good. Out of bounds. Possession, Cannoneers.
ESF's been getting good looks. They've been moving the ball. They've been doing largely what Coach D'Antonio wanted them to do. They're just not making their shots. I think if you're the head coach, you're happy with how your team's playing right now. Obviously, defensively, they got to clean some stuff up. But in terms of your offense, just keep doing what you're doing. Eventually, JCC's going to start missing. You're going to start making. That's how basketball flows.
Owen Cole checks back in for the Cannoneers. He sees it here. Stolen away by Emery, but it's knocked out of bounds. Couldn't get a second hand on it. Cannoneer basketball. Seeing a ton of substitutions on both ends.
Everybody wants their time in the shine here at the Dome. Can't say I blame either side.
That is right. Marcus Vicente checks in. Vicente did not play last night as Brian Rivera tries a 3, but his back foot was out of bounds. ESF ball.
Got to draw something up here. You need points, down 8.
And if you're ESF, you want to capitalize on mistakes like those. Zito. Dribble pull it, back out to Cox. Cox a fadeaway. It's good.
And that's the one they make.
Yeah.
That's the toughest shot either side has taken and goes right in. That is exactly what ESF wants to see. And look at the defensive effort here already.
Inside to Rivera. Thought about a pass outside. Tried the pull-up jumper. It's no good. Had a wide open Devin Green along the 3-point line. Franco inside. Kicks it to the corner. Zito a corner 3. It's good.
What a wonder what just one shot going in will do for your whole team's morale. You go down the court, you play inspired defense. That leads to another shot going in. All of a sudden, you got yourself a nice little 5-0 run.
That's a momentum swinger for sure. As Rivera kicks it to the corner. Corner tries. It's blocked by Franco, but it stays with the Cannoneers. Coyle tries one, and he gets fouled on the way up.
You've seen it like a switch get flipped. The defensive effort has just been toggled on here, and the crowd loves it. Clearly something was said in that huddle that, got John D'Antonio's team to buy in. Not that they don't already play super hard for him.
Certainly, and ESF has been making the defensive stops, but it's about grabbing that rebound to finish the play, as Coyle's first shot is no good.
71% from the line. That's the second best on SUNY Jefferson for Cole, so not what they want to see.
Cole from Perth, Australia, had 20 points last night. The leading scorer for the Cannoneers.
I can speak Spanish, Cole, but I'm not going to try my luck at an Australian accent.
Spare us that, Charlie. Spare us that.
I think I just might. If you insist.
4-point game, 8:30 left here in the first half. Emery with it. Just 10 points away from 1,000. tries one, no good. Gets his own rebound. Emery kicks it out. Antonio Franco, dribble pull-up three. No good, in and out. A good look for Franco off the dribble pull-up.
Props to Emery, though. I'm sure a lot must be going through his mind right now, but he's still looking to find the open man, still trying to get ESF the win rather than get his own numbers up. His time will come.
The pass perception by ESF has been quite nice tonight as that ball is ripped away by Emery as ESF retains possession.
One lucky ESF fan and the attendants just won something or other.
Emery with it, goes up, no good. Looked for a foul, didn't get one.
Referees are letting him play so far. Gotta say I'm a fan.
John D'Antonio not a fan.
If I was in his seat, I wouldn't be either.
Coyle with it, kicks it out, Devin Green to the corner. Chisholm loses it. ESF basketball.
Props to Emery there by just being in the right spot. Didn't even have to stick a hand out. Just his presence alone was disruptive enough. That is getting in the way of what SUNY Jefferson is trying to run.
Franco fights through the contact, shot's no good. But ESF has certainly been pesky on the defensive end of late.
And that's helped him inch closer.
Mid-range shot, no good.
That's the first open shot that Jefferson has got in a few minutes here. Meanwhile, ESF's getting one every trip down. They're just flat on a lot of them.
Franco on the baseline. Tries to get inside, but he gets his own rebound and taps it back in. That was an athletic move by the junior forward.
You know what they call that, Cole? Fuerte.
I'm loving it.
That's a new and original line.
Inside Chisholm, no good. Look at the defense by the Muddy Oaks. Coyle tried to generate the charge, couldn't, but Cox misses anyways. Pull-up jumper Ruiz, no good. Off the mark.
This point in the game, possessions like that for either side are just a gift for ESF. Don't want to be playing hero ball.
Antonio Franco has a nose for the rim right now. He gets fouled on the way up. He'll go to the line to shoot two.
He's really been the focal point of this offense so far. You expected it to be very Emery-centric, but I think JCC knew that coming in, and so did D'Antonio preemptively trying to run it through his second-best player, and in a lot of respects, his best scorer, at least in terms of three-pointers and free throws.
And all throughout the season, ESF wants their opponent to get into foul trouble because that allows a guy like Emery to drive in hard and get calls.
And from 8 down, we're all tied up.
Right on. Yagub Drama checks in. Coyle shot no good. ESF grabs the rebound. That's Emery. Coast to coast. Emery fights hard. Up and in. And a foul is called. I had to wait a moment there, Charlie, but Emery will head to the free throw line.
For real this time, I think we might have finally gotten an and one basket after 2 fake outs. And of course, it's going to be Emery, the beneficiary. If he makes this free throw, that'll be 7 away.
As we mentioned, Emery, a 77.5 free throw shooter. Misses that one off the left iron.
Had to jinx him, my bad.
Yeah, it happens.
8 away.
Cannoneers with it now. Transition offense. Coyle on the baseline, but he's fouled. And a charge is called. Benzino in the right place at the right time. Muddy Oaks basketball.
That is defensive intensity. You've really seen it here in this first half, putting your body on the line. What could be more intense and lead to a great defensive stop than that?
Why not be intense in this building?
Making all the hustle plays.
Sellen checks back in for the Muddy Oaks. As that is ripped away by the Cannoneers.
I think that might have gone off the referee.
It may have, as Coiner puts it in.
Unfortunate break there. He's up to 10 already in double figures. Jaden Coiner has been the star of the show.
And he has shown how he's the fastest player on the court, as here he is again. Driving in with the left hand, up and good. A foul is called, and Coiner will head to the free throw line.
He is on another level. And Emery had a sequence to forget there, got the ball poked away, and then committed the contact. ESF's going to try and counter with some height, courtesy of Ian Holland. Center into the game.
All year long, Coiner has sort of been the do-it-all player for this Cannoneer Coach Joe Vaddy-led squad.
He's already above his season average of 11.1. He's at 13 and counting. We're not even through a half of play.
Emery, a corner three. It's good. Why not?
5 to go, my friends.
On the baseline is Drama. Emery with a push. Yet another foul called on the Mighty Oaks.
They do not know what to do about Jaden Coiner right now. I think the one who got shoved actually was Cam Ruiz, who just checked in, but still the defense just collapses every time he's even threatening to get the ball, and that's leading to some opportunities elsewhere. SUNY Jefferson can capitalize on them.
Corner to inbound. Gets it to Drama underneath. Blocked by Holland. There's the big fella.
They're looking for him.
Emery inside to Holland. Good ball movement by the Mighty Oaks. A open look for Zito. No good. Look at the rebound by Sellen. Inside to Holland, and they'll reset. Emery, a three. No good. It was an open look, Charlie.
A little bit deep. Could have probably gotten a better look, but I'll take it.
Shot was too long by Drama. ESF with numbers. Franco couldn't haul that one in.
A lot of just perimeter around the horn passes here. I understand that Coach D'Antonio wants his team to pass around, but that's not the way you got to do it. You got to be moving around. You got to be moving off the ball instead of just standing around outside the three-point arc.
It's a great point. As Rivera checks back in, drives in hard. No good. Rebound Emery. Really good defense. Going coast to coast. Patrick Emery with it. Kicks it to Sellen with the left hand. No good. Rebound Emery. He'll go back up. It's good. 3 points away. With 3:30 left in the first half, ESF takes a 2-point lead.
And Emery's been doing it both with his scoring stroke and with his passing. He's had a lot of looks that have led to open shots that just haven't gone in. They aren't going to go in the stat sheet, but he's been an excellent cog in this offensive engine.
Great defense by the Mighty Oaks. Corner, a pull-up jumper. Look at that shot with just 3 seconds left on the shot clock. He finds the bottom of the net.
That's 15 already for him.
Emery behind the back. A pretty move. Up with the left hand. It's no good. Tries to grab their own rebound, but he's called with a foul. And Andrew Cox will check back in for Ian Holland.
And hey, that's a foul of intensity. I'll live with that one. You're doing everything you can to scrap and claw for every last possession. Both of these teams really want this, and you can tell so far.
Seriously, how about the half Jaden Coiner is having? Had 11 points last night, really couldn't get the shooting going, but has come out rock solid tonight. Coiner inside with the right hand, it's good. They really do not have an answer for the Cannoneers guard.
He's got 17 points already, Cole.
It's something else. Emery.
He's got over half of his team's scoring.
Inside, Franco no good. Rebound Cannoneers. In transition. The shot is no good. But Alou is fouled. He'll head to the line.
A lot of tough attempts for both sides. I don't know if I like that one.
And the Mighty Oak faithful
for
is
that
not
one.
with that one as well.
May have been some contact there, but ESF and JCC have both been administering that on pretty much every drive to the hoop.
Listen to this crowd. Alu's first shot is good. Alu just a 47% free throw shooter, but acts as really the biggest player that the Cannoneers have. Second shot's good as well. Brandon Judge back in for Ruiz.
Those are potentially two big ones. JCC is going to need every point they can get, especially with the free throw line, not the best free throw shooting team.
Selling at the top of the key, finds an open Zito. They are really getting open in the corner of this Mighty Oak squad. There's a corner three by Cox, and it's good. And a timeout is called. A big shot by Cox, but as I was saying, these open looks in the corners, they keep getting them every single possession.
What a game so far we have, Cole. This is a great back and forth battle. Looked like potentially JCC might be in the driver's seat early on, but ESF fought back. Those open shots that they'd been getting all half long started to drop. The ball started to move. The defensive intensity cranked up, and we've got a tight one here. I don't know who's going to pull it out.
As the energy sort of subsides from the excitement, these guys are going to start hitting more and more shots. We've seen it with Coiner. We just saw it with Cox, and ESF is really going to have to continue the tenacity on the defensive end, because up to this point, it's kept him in the game.
And you've been seeing pockets of them for the various camera angles we have on this broadcast, but the crowd has really been a big part of this game. I mean, they're all over the place here, filling up the dome. Their one night of fame, a chance to be on ESFTV with their wacky clothes and whatnot, really greening out the dome as they've been instructed to do, and they've been a big part of this one.
That is for sure. As we break out of this timeout. Cannoneers with the same lineup. They have to keep finding ways to get the ball in the hands of number 3, Jaden Coiner, the Manhattan native. Bit of a wet floor near the JCC bench.
Bit of a spill, bit of a mishap, perhaps.
Joe Vaddy getting in on the action.
Can't have that.
Just over 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Two teams looking for a W in the mecca of all of college basketball.
Stop the stopwatch on our mecca of college basketball counter. Got that one in.
Ryan Rivera shot no good. Rebound ESF. In transition. A different lineup. Svethold is ripped down. The shot is no good. That would have been a highlight reel play, but for Svethold to even get the shot up was impressive nonetheless.
Yeah, that's some great athleticism, just contorting his body, and somehow got that ball to roll around the rim. I really thought that one was going to drop, but he will take a chance to get his first 2 points in this one.
And if this is your first time tuning into a Mighty Oaks men's basketball game, Nate Svethold is a player to watch. And you have 3 more years of him after this year. He has more athleticism than I've seen really out of any team that I've called. As an offensive rebound by ESF, driven inside, but an errant pass. It'll stay with ESF, actually.
Yeah, the thing with Svethold, he might not overwhelm you with his raw athleticism, but just the drive and just effort he has, and every time he's out on the court. We were talking to Coach D'Antonio before the game. He's the kind of guy who grades himself. Every single game he has, he knows whether he did well or not, whether he gave it his all. More often than not, he does.
But when he bangs it inside, he's a slithery figure, as the shot is no good. Look at the rebound by Zito when he's fouled back on the way up. ESF will go to the line to hopefully break the tie and take the lead.
Great stuff on the boards. This ESF team is visibly taller than SUNY Jefferson, so you want them to get more offensive rebounds than they've been getting so far, but got to start with something.
Zito, 78% from the line. First shot is no good.
Both teams in the bonus for the remainder of this half, so Might be getting some more free throw practice as Austin Lawrence comes into the game.
Second shot's good. ESF with the lead. Cannoneers pushing the ball down the court. Might be able to predict who they're trying to get the ball to right now. There he is, Jaden Corner, in the corner now. Dodge with it. Inside. Shot is good.
1 minute remaining.
A nice move by Marcus Vicente. Mighty Oaks in transition. Cox thought about a corner three. Goes back up, draws contact. Another rebound by the Cannoneers. Vicente is all over. Corner will slow it down. 43 seconds to play.
Going to try to go 2 for 1 here, and with his shot making, they just might be able to.
Just about a 19-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock.
Got to get one up quick here.
Dodge a three. Sinks it.
Brutal.
JCC with the lead. Franco, corner, selling a three. It's good. How about trading threes right before the end of the first half?
Turns out these teams have had an outside stroke this whole time. They just haven't been taking too many of them.
3 seconds, corner inside. Shot's no good. Rebound ESF, and that'll do it for the first half. A very entertaining first half here at the JMA Dome.
Yeah, this was some very high-level basketball here between ESF and JCC, and it winds up with the Cannoneers having a 1-point lead, but I can't wait to watch 20 more minutes of this goal.
Me too, Charlie. This has been quite the game. We are just 3 points away from Patrick Emery's milestone. Jefferson Community College leads it 39-38. You are watching men's college basketball on ESFTV as we take a step aside.
Please come on down. And now I need everybody in the building to make some noise for our Tully boys and girls basketball teams. Making the show here today.
It was on the website at the beginning of the year.
That's how it was written for.
Yeah, that's how I wrote it, yeah.
And we've got a little halftime presentation here of Tully Youth Basketball. Gonna get a chance to have the JMA Dome parquet all to themselves. Talking about getting to play under these bright lights. This is an opportunity none of these kids are ever gonna forget.
That is for sure. Could already see the talent, the rebounding, the steals.
Yeah, I got a couple layups that were almost, I got to tell you, when I was a 4th grader, however old these kids are, I definitely was not playing. I probably couldn't get a layup that close now. Got to play the Media Cup for WAER. Shout out the winning station. Got the win over the DO this year. Got a spot minute in that one. Got hit in the face with the ball during a layup line and got to dribble it a couple times, and that was it. But we did pull out the win. And that was probably in direct correlation to the fact that I did not play much. We got the post move, a little hook shot there.
Might have to lower the rims a little bit. I don't know how that would
No. These kids got trial by fire.
Bring it on to you.
And this is riveting action, but we're going to take a break in it with our sideline reporter, Nico Horning. He's joined by a special guest. Nico, what do you got for us?
Hey guys, we're here with Renee McNamara, the Dean of Students here for ESF, enjoying the evening here with a close game between ESF and Jefferson. And Renee, happy to have you here. What has it been like putting this entire event together and bringing all these ESF students out here to the Dome?
Absolutely. This is such an incredible opportunity for our students to come out, play in the Dome. Such an exciting opportunity to be out here. We love doing this every year. Huge shout out to Mosa, who planned the whole tailgate for the event tonight. And then we also want to shout out our other sponsors tonight, Centennial and QWL, who helped make this event such an incredible time.
What's the biggest challenge that is presented in maybe getting this many students out here to the Dome and bringing this many fans out here for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for a lot of these players?
Yeah, I think the weather, honestly, right now, it's been a little bit of a cold night tonight, but we're so excited to see so many people out here tonight. So.
And a close game going on the basketball court right now. What's it been like watching your ESF team here playing inside one of the meccas of college basketball?
Oh, it's incredible. We just love our ESF team so much, and we're so excited for them. Go Mighty Oaks!
All right, Renee McNamara here, everyone, in the JMA Wireless Dome. Cole and Charlie, back to you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks so much, Renee. Thanks, Nico. It was great to hear from both of you. And now we're back to our halftime entertainment. Not sure what the score was, Cole. I haven't been paying attention.
I lost track, but I'm sure it's.
Can only imagine it's a close battle. I think they might have just announced it. Maybe 4. I'm not sure.
Why speculate? Let's just keep watching.
Yep.
Loving the ball.
Oh, stealing the passing lanes. You could see that one coming. Well, Nico, we're heading right back to you now. You've got another special guest out here.
Hey, we're going to everyone tonight here in the Dome. We got Mike Melfi, the cross-country and track coach here at ESF, coming off his 4th straight national championship for both the men's and the women's. Mike, happy to have you here in the Dome.
Thank you.
What has it been like to build up this program? I know you're in your 8th year now and got to start somewhere, but to have the consistency that you guys have had, what's the process been like?
Yeah, I had a vision 8 years ago what this could look like, and all of a sudden I woke up and here we are, and it's exactly what I thought it could be. We have amazing student athletes. They work hard in the classroom. They work hard on the track, on the cross-country course. They're amazing. They're always going to get their runs in, no matter if I'm there or I'm not. So that's awesome.
And we were just talking off the air a little bit about the maybe tough environment that your team has now faced here in the offseason after winning the national championship in November. What does that do for the mentality of this team in now a typical Syracuse winter compared to the last couple years?
Yeah, we've been spoiled these winters, and this has been very, very challenging. We have a saying on the team, find a way. We always find a way to get it in. If it's earlier, later, when it's not snowing, we've been able to find a way. We have some neighborhoods we run in, and luckily they've been plowed.
What have you been most proud of your team? And this is very rare that both the men's and the women's win 4 years consecutively. Never been done before. What does this do for the program, and what are you looking forward to in the future?
We lost a lot due to graduation last year. We were sort of the underdogs mid-season. Other schools were running a lot faster than us. They just believed in what we were doing, and all of a sudden it just clicked. And I knew it would, and we're hoping to just build it. We have some good recruits that are coming doing overnights, and they're great students, and they'll hopefully be good on the cross-country and track teams.
Well, your athletes may not be running in here tonight, but the basketball team is. What have you seen from them so far, trying to pull out a second-half win?
Yeah, Coach D'Antonio does a heck of a job with the team, and they're gritty. They work hard. We watch some of their practices, and I'm really proud of to be able to do this here for ESF Athletics.
All right, Mike Melfi, everybody, here in the Dome after 4 straight consecutive championships. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right, Cole and Charlie, back to you.
Thank you so much, Nico, and thank you, Mike. That's definitely a sport I love getting some spotlight on as a former distance runner myself. Here, 4 straight national championships for ESF. Definitely one heck of a program they've built up here. I'm so happy to get to talk to the architect of it.
It's truly something else having 4 championships, and what that can do for the rest of your athletic program is so important, and having the pedigree and keeping your name out there is always so important in college athletics. Look at that.
All right, as the Tully youth basketball team continues to play, we're going to step back for a second. But after that, halftime coverage rolls on here on ESF TV. You're watching ESF basketball.
Ticket number 195-680.
Welcome back to ESFTV. We have a great one on our hands between the ESF Mighty Oaks and the Jefferson Community College Cannoneers. We're going to take a look at the stats here at the half. The Cannoneers with a 39-38 advantage. And Charlie, what has really been the vibe of the game thus far?
Well, you look at those rebounds. ESF definitely having their way on the boards, especially the defensive boards, but that's been a symptom of the fact that JCC has gotten more shots up, but also because ESF is a much taller team. Of course, they have the 6'10" Ian Holland on this team, and they've been having their way, but that hasn't necessarily translated to more shots. They've had a few turnovers. JCC has had some second chance points, and overall they've made 3 more shots, as you can see there, but really just a tight game all around. And if those numbers continue, we're in for a nail-biting finish here on the Jim Boeheim parquet.
And I hate to be a broken record, but I would expect ESF to really dribble inside and try to get that contact, because it seemed to be working in the first half. Get to the free throw line. At this point in the game, guys are tired. You're going to get fouls under the basket. So for this team, they can really win the game at the end of the game if they can get the Cannoneers in foul trouble and they can steal the game away with free throws.
And you also saw at the end there that sudden barrage of three-point shooting from both sides. They have that in there, and I predict during the second half, one team is going to go on a run where they make 2 or 3 threes in a row. We've also got the excuse me, so sorry everyone. We've also got the pending milestone, of course, of Patrick Emery, just 3 points away from 1,000. When he gets that, that's going to disrupt the rhythm of the game a bit, I'd imagine, if there's some kind of game stoppage or what have you. But whichever way it goes, ESF is in a fight here. We're going to send it.
We're going to send it down to our sideline guy, Nico Horning. Nico, what do you got?
Well, as you guys just mentioned, Patrick Emery, a local product here in Syracuse, attended Fayetteville Manley as high school, just about 15 to 20 minutes east of us, and talked to him right out of the break here before he went on the floor. Mentioned that ESF has got to play better defense and they've got to take care of the basketball here in the second half. But for him individually, of course, Emery, the type of guy to not exactly talk about himself, but he is single digits away from breaking that 1,000 career points record. Looking to do it here in the second half in the JMA Wireless Dome. Guys?
Just 3 points away, that is Patrick Emery. And he's right. This ESF squad can clean things up down low and can continue to grab rebounds, because that's something that we saw them do so well in the first half.
Looking to join that exclusive club. Right now it consists of just one other guy in ESF history, trying to become just the second player ever for the Mighty Oaks to score 1,000 points and do it in his 3rd season. So he has a chance to take the points record, which I believe is in the 1,200 range for ESF, if I'm not mistaken. He can take that and run with it next season, but we're not going to look that far ahead right now. We've got a thriller on our hands, 15 seconds to go in the half, and then round 2, 20 more minutes of ESF versus SUNY Jefferson. You don't want to be anywhere in the world but here.
And for both squads, you're looking at this score as 0-0. This is a clean slate. Whoever can get to the finish line stronger is going to walk away with a W, and really a great environment. And with the fans, it has become so much more than just the JMA Dome. It has become an ESF event for their entire fan base.
There's an especially large contingency down our left, the left baseline of, I don't know, what do we call them? I don't know if the ESF fan base has a name. We call them the Grove, the Forest, or whatever they are. They've been loud and making their mark on this game. All right, here we go.
We're going to roll with the Forest. I like that one, Charlie.
I'll take credit for that one.
Inside is Rivera. The fadeaway jumper on Emery's shot is good. 2 of the top leading scorers going head-to-head inside.
And he had a quick start, but he was quiet for most of that first half, so they clearly drew a play up for him just to get him involved.
Emery with it now. Loses it. Stolen away. Ruiz with it now.
He's got to be careful not to let those nerves get too high. You know what's on his mind. And every time he touches the ball, he knows he's one basket away potentially.
And a travel is called. ESF basketball. Franco and the rest of the starters in. Sletvold is in as well.
This is the typical starting lineup for ESF.
Yes. Tries to slam it home as Zito gets his own rebound and puts it in.
Any way you can get it. 2 points is 2 points.
I'm sure he had thought about that one in the locker room coming out.
They've got a
before
pep in
the
their
second
step,
half.
though, that's for sure.
Certainly. Ruiz loses it. Regains possession. It's Rivera on Emery. Shot no good. Rebound Cox. Cox at the top of the key. Swings it to Franco now. Outside to Slethold. Slethold inside, no good.
He throws up these wild shots, and then they almost go in. That's just the Sletfold style.
Uh-huh. Kowal inside. He finds the bottom of the net. A pretty move by Kowal.
This is exactly what ESF didn't need, a quick run out of the gates for JCC.
Franco tries a three. It's good.
That's what they did need.
He is what they call a sharp shooter. Franco has made an impact all season from behind the arc. Rebound Ruiz. Shot's no good. Rebound Zito. Stolen away by Ruiz, but a foul is called. Mighty Oaks basketball.
Don't know what you'd call it. I don't know what the translation for sharp shooter would be.
Yeah, I don't got it.
I don't know what shooting would be. Tirar, maybe? That'd be to throw. Tirador bueno. We'll go with that.
We'll roll with that. Zito. Slethold. Emery thought about a three, dribbled inside with the right hand. It's good.
He is 1 point away from history. And let's get the suspense a little bit higher, should we?
ESF takes a 2-point lead on that Emery finish. And it's about momentum at this point in the game as we talk about getting to that finish line strong.
Swinging back and forth one way and the other. It's just neither side can build a really big advantage. You had that 8-point lead for JCC. That was eliminated very quickly in the first half. And this is the kind of game it's going to be. Back and forth, back and forth. Whoever gets that last shot, whoever gets that last laugh is going to be victorious on the Dome. And ESF hopes they can continue their undefeated streak here in these hallowed grounds.
And for the Mighty Oaks, it's containing Jaden Coynan. That has become so important after the first half that he had. Devin Green. Pass inside to Rivera.
He's had a quick start. He's up to 10 now. Leading scorer for SUNY Jefferson.
Slethold inside. No good. Rebound Emery. Goes back up and it's in. It's history.
Give him 1,001 with a chance for more at the line. No better way to get it.
Patrick Emery etches his name in Mighty Oaks basketball history. The second 1,000-point scorer in their basketball program history.
And now getting the recognition he deserves alongside Coach D'Antonio, with whom he's been with every step of the way here at ESF. The crowd on its feet in recognition of their school's star athlete.
And here comes Emery's family. This is a great moment and such a great basketball environment for really a storied player.
How great is that? Of all the places he could have gotten it, he had to get it right here in the Dome, in the middle of a game like this. Of course, I'm sure if he asked him, he would throw all of this fanfare away with a chance to win the game. And the way ESF's playing, he very well might get a chance to have his cake and eat it too. But right now, let's focus on the excellent player that we've had the privilege of calling all night long.
And just take a look at this ESF bench. You can just tell what Emery means to this team, this organization as a whole, and the program because of what he's been able to bring. And really just his junior year, he has one more year left as his teammates will come to congratulate him and take one more photo before we return to action.
Excited to see what the future holds for him. Now the whole team's out there. This was pre-planned. They knew that once he broke the milestone, they were either going to burn a timeout or they were going to get an official's timeout, and even the Jefferson side giving their applause, giving up the honor to the man of the hour, Patrick Emery.
As we mentioned, Cole and Charlie, Patrick Emery growing up just near here in Fayetteville, Manlius High School, and I've talked to several other high schoolers that have attended that high school, and they said that Emery had a huge impact there on the Hornets. And then, of course, he comes here to ESF, locally just across the way here from the Dome, and already making his mark here, where a place he grew up watching basketball games inside the JMA Wireless Dome. So not only does he get to 1,000 career points, he does it in a place where he grew up coming to watch SU basketball. Guys.
Hits the free throw as well. A cherry on top for a great moment in ESF basketball history.
Well, now that monkey's off his back, and ESF's got a game to win.
Why not some more? Inside, look at Emery go as he flexes toward the Mighty Oaks bench.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Now that that pressure is off, he's going to be playing easy and free. The lights of the JMA Dome aren't going to be too big for this guy. He's been here before two times, and like Nico said, he's no stranger to these confines as a fan either, so look for him to take over this game.
Cole tries a three. Shot no good. Look at the effort by Franco, but ESF cannot contain it. Emery down low. And a charge is called. Patrick Emery finding himself in the paint, setting his feet, and landing a charge.
Making all the winning plays tonight, Cole. Took a bit to get going, but he is showing how he got to 1,000 points, how he got the scoring and how he got the minutes. He is always a plus to be out there.
Emery on the baseline. Mid-range shot to Shaw. Rebound JCC. Cole with it. Inside. Driving in hard. Shot. No good. And it'll be ESF ball. ESF with a 5-point lead. Just under 5 minutes into the second half. Good ball movement by the Mighty Oaks. Franco with three, no good.
During that festivity, also heard the crowd. I don't know what happened to him. I haven't seen him in a minute, but can't talk about this ESF crowd without talking about the ESF mascot, whose name, of course, is now escaping me. The acorn, whose name, of course, is Okie, I believe.
Okie.
That's the name that came to me, yep. I was going to say corny, but that's definitely not right. He is an acorn.
See, as soon as you forgot, I forgot. That was not a good combination.
I was thinking corny because I was going to say the wrong name, and then that got mixed up. But yeah, he's been around. He's definitely a great presence to have at these ESF games from the Otto School of Mascotting. That's not true. I just made that up, but definitely doing a great job.
Ruiz tried a shot on the baseline, got his own rebound, and drew a foul. So the Cannoneers will remain in possession.
For JCC, they need Jaden Coyner to get involved. He hasn't scored yet in this half.
Bit of a head scratcher, if you ask me, as a nice defensive stand by Antonio Franco. Corner three, talked about it earlier. Kieran Heffernan, no good. Too strong on the three. Inside is good. Patrick Alou showing his physicality here.
That was a nice time from Coyner, too. He's finding ways to make a mark on this game.
Look at the pass by Emery. Driving in is Cox. Back out to Franco. No good. Rebound, Cannoneers. Look at the pass. Blocked by Franco. Going the other way, coast to coast. Antonio Franco up and good.
Nunca en esta casa, not in this house.
drawing the contact and finishing. ESF lead back to 5.
A little miscommunication there from Coiner. He's out of sorts, going to try and reset things here.
5 on the shot clock. Ruiz inside. No good. Gets his own rebound. Coiner with it. To the corner, Ruiz. Too short. Rebound, Emery.
That's a bad sign for JCC.
Sure is. They're getting open looks. Jefferson tries a 3. Off the front iron, no good. Inside to Emery with the right hand. He finds netting. Patrick Emery with some momentum here in the second half. ESF leads by 7.
He's up to 21 now. Career, or season average, I should say, 22. Season high, I believe, is 35. I remember seeing that. He had 29 against these guys earlier this season.
And he had 28 in the Dome last year. Franco, another rebound.
It's a nice block there by Jefferson, the senior making an impact.
Cox calling for the ball. They have 2 open men in the left corner. Inside Emery. Now it's Zito with the right hand.
Through contact, too.
Looking for the foul, didn't get one, but nonetheless a 9-point lead for the Mighty Oaks.
This is exactly what they wanted, tried to just chip away at what had been a very close game. JCC struggling to keep pace, and now Coiner's going to call a timeout himself. Want to talk things over.
Man, the speed that Coiner was showing in the first half, the tenacity, the aggressiveness, we have seen none of that here in the second half, and it's really opened the door for ESF to pour on a 9-point lead, something that we didn't see in the first half. They came in down a point. Now they're up 9.
Yeah, I was worried, if anything, when Emery got that milestone, that might actually mess up ESF, the rhythm that they had going. That long stoppage might actually give SUNY Jefferson a chance to get it, to catch up with them, but SUNY Jefferson, the Cannoneers have just been flat. Those cannon out of gunpowder, they just used it all up in the first half, it looked like, and they've just been struggling to get into that rhythm that they were showing, where Coiner was just dicing up ESF every time he had the ball. The paint has been impenetrable for the Mighty Oaks, those big branches of those trees bending and blocking the hoop, and they have not found a way to break through.
And the Cannoneers have yet to hit an open 3. We're going to send it down to our guy, Nico Horning, on the sideline. Nico.
All right, we're joined now by the athletics director of ESF, Dan Raymond. Dan, I know we jumped on here last year, so thanks again for joining me here in the Dome. You got a great vantage point here courtside. Team's got a 9-point lead. What have you seen from your squad so far tonight?
It's fantastic, man. It's fantastic. We've hung in there. We've had a couple slow moments that we didn't slip away from us, and now the guys fought back, and you know, it's feeling good now, man. Plus a special moment for Pat. You know, 1,000 points. That's not normal. That's beautiful. So, and it was great to have his family here, and really just a great crowd, man. Not to mention, you know, ESFTV, you guys doing it pretty well too, man.
Well, we appreciate it. We appreciate it. Let's dive in a little bit on Patrick Emery. Obviously a local product, went to Fayetteville Manlius, doesn't come too far here to ESF, playing right next to a place he grew up watching basketball. How have you seen his career develop here at ESF specifically, and what kind of personality does he bring on?
Seen him become a leader, you know, and it's really a beautiful thing. I think it's one of the gifts that I have being in my roles. I see people come in and, you know, they're trying to find their voice, and he really has, not only as a leader on the court, but off the court too. You know, he's a team captain. You know, that's just a special thing, you know, and it's lucky to see it, lucky to be a part of it. And, you know, he's exceptional, so it's good. You know, a lot of good leaders on the team too, Tony and some others, so it's just really, it's a great group, I feel, and John does a good job keeping everybody together. And really supporting each other, and that's what it really takes. I mean, they've had some hard start to the season, but they turned it around obviously here at the end and doing well, and that's what you want, you know. It's just to get better throughout the season. So.
Speaking of Patrick Emery, heading to the free throw line for a couple. This team has played here since 2018, has not lost in this building. What makes this game so special? Obviously, it's pretty much the biggest college basketball venue there is, but for your school to be right next door and to come play here and play a game inside this dome, what does it mean for your community?
It's just, for our campus community, it's awesome. I mean, you can look around here, and there's a massive crowd of ESF supporters, and that really matters. It's a moment for us to shine in this venue, and this is a historic venue, and it's really a special place, and everybody that's helped us, Tom Fiore and Pete Sala, and Tom Benzel, and Lorena Silva, all these people that run this place have done just fantastic for us, and every year they improve it. I mean, you can see this Jumbotron now has some of our supporters, the Student Association, MOSA, Quality of Life, a lot of really awesome stuff. Passionate fans, as you can hear.
Hey, and first year without the bleachers, you got actual blue seats in now, and everyone could be a little bit more comfortable in here. I don't know if you even thought of that change.
It's they're very comfortable, man. I think everybody would come in here if there were no seats, man. So.
That's how it's been for years. Dan Raymond here, athletics director from ESF. Getting away from the basketball court a little bit, your cross-country team has 4 years in a row, both men's and women's, never been done before. What has that done for your program?
It's just special, man. Mike Melfi and his staff have done tremendous, pushing the team and, recruiting great recruits and really, having them do just a really solid job of improving the runners throughout the season. And that kind of helps them throughout the 4 years. Kind of the same as like how Pat's gotten better. There's a lot of runners on that team that every year have gotten better and really now have become contributors. And that's really, that's awesome. So.
Well, we appreciate your time. This has been Dan Raymond, everybody, the athletics director of ESF. Thanks as always. Good luck to your squad the rest of the game.
Thank you very much. Take care.
All right, Cole and Charlie, back to you.
Thanks, Nico. Always great stuff. Antonio Franco finds the bottom of the net for three. ESF takes a 12-point lead with just over 10:30 to play here in the second half.
Yeah, you hadn't missed much up until that point. Both teams had made exactly one free throw in the time that interview was taking place. But right at the end there, Franco cans another triple. He's up to 14 points, second on ESF, and he's been that secondary scorer they so desperately need.
Franco looks for another triple, and it's good. Don't leave Franco open at the top of the key. He'll make you pay. 15-point lead. Inside and stuffed. But a foul is called on Andrew Cox. And Brandon Dodge will head to the free throw line.
Yeah, SUNY Jefferson, I think they've only made 2 or 3 shots in this second half. It has been real tough sledding for the visitors coming all the way down from Watertown, getting a chance to be on the Jim Boeheim court, but offense has dried up.
Offense has dried up, but that is not the case for the Mighty Oaks as they continue their dominance here in the JMA Dome. Just under 10 minutes to play here in the second half. Cannoneers trying to cut into this deficit. Shot's good. Dodge 2 for 2 from the line. The Belleville, New York product. Cox inside. Off the right iron, but he's fouled. Getting to the free throw line when you have a lead like this, it wears down the other team, and it makes the lead feel insurmountable.
Well, JCC has been going to the line as well, and they've been mostly making their shots, but if you're ESF, you're fine to make that trade. You can trade down. It's like chess. Once you get a lead, you can take those little minor cuts because when the bleeding is done, you're going to come out on top.
Hits them both. Back to a 15-point lead.
Could have picked a better analogy there, but you get the point.
Marcus Shields in for the Cannoneers now. Brandon Dodge wants a three. Off the front iron, no good. Kicks it down the court to Cox. Goes up with the right hand, it's no good. Rebound, Sellen to put it back up.
I think Sella knew what was happening immediately there. He knew Cox must have noted in the locker room that he was going to try and throw one down. A little too slow on the wind up there, but he was there to clean it up.
New faces in for the Mighty Oaks. Svetnold, Emery, and Hank check in.
And I think that's the first time Emery has been on the bench since the game's opening seconds, when all the starters were briefly on the pine.
That's right. Shields from the corner. Goes in and out. Rebound, Franco.
So I'd say ESF survived his absence pretty well. In fact, they actually gained a decent amount.
Call that an incomplete pass out of bounds.
All of a sudden, this lead is ballooned to 17 because JCC just has not been able to keep up. We have seen a donut from Jaden Coyner in this half. He's not even on the floor right now.
And you gotta wonder why, after a dominant 17-point first half.
ESF adjusted their defensive game plan. Weren't able to, JCC wasn't able to feed him easily enough as Sletfold gets his first bucket.
Vicente, a nice floater. But Vicente has made an impact in his small sample size tonight.
Yeah, he's up to 6 points off the bench. One of only 3 bench players for SUNY Jefferson that has scored in this game, Dodge and Ruiz being the other two. And that's been a big difference for ESF. They've had, actually only really 6 have gotten into the scoring column, the 5 starters plus Sletfold.
Offensive foul gets the Cannoneers the basketball back. Vicente tries another. Too strong, rebound Emery. Emerson Johnson checks in, gets it inside Emery. Ian Holland, back to Emery, right hook. Rebound Emery, and he's fouled.
That was Sellen again. He's just been a menace on that offensive glass. Excuse me, that's Emerson Johnson, number 44, who just checked in, immediately making an impact. They've, between him and Sellen, who's been doing it too, they've just had these guys pounding the offensive glass, and that explains the rebound discrepancy we saw at the half, which has only grown.
And that's a problem that ESF struggled with a lot last year, was the boards, especially defensively, as Sletfold hits a 3.
I'd give that shot an A.
Stolen away by Franco, knocked out of his hands. Look at the athleticism by Charlie Fellows as he gets it back to the ESF forward.
Ball went right, almost in my lap. It's closer to a basketball than I'd care to come during a game. Oh, hello. Yeah, that's where it was.
Wish we had an instant replay. I think it may have scared you a little bit.
Yeah, well, I saw the ball there, and my bit of analysis paralysis, I realized, oh, shoot, I actually have to be the one that touches it and throws it to him. The game will not continue until I have to lean down and grab it, but I think I was able to recover.
You should have seen the nifty play that I made in the pregame with my left hand, getting it back in.
Oh, I'm sorry I missed that.
Warm-ups. It was hard to miss. It was quite elegant as Franco hits the second.
I believe you.
20-point lead ESF, their largest clearly of the night.
And they're winning this half by 19 points. Just total domination, a complete 180 from what we were seeing in the first half. Credit to the Mighty Oaks.
Isn't that something? Corner pocket 3, Marcus Shields is good.
And sounds like our sideline reporter, Nico Horning, is in amongst the forest right now. We might get to hear from him at some point. In the meantime, some more beautiful ESF ball. Well,
Emery loses
not necessarily that one.
Devin Green inside, Shields, left hand. Another 2 for Shields. Holland, what a pass to Emery. Fights through the contact, finds the bottom of the net. Patrick Emery gets the roll.
Up to 26 now for number 25.
Lawrence
Ooh, and they got
Austin.
Emerson Johnson for that one. Look like he took an elbow to the chest.
Instead, Austin will head to the free throw line. Austin just a 33% free throw shooter. Misses the first.
Yeah, one of the freshman army on this team, just 3 sophomores, Devon Green, Owen Coal, and the leading scorer, Brian Rivera. Every single member of this team other than that is a freshman. So they're young, and the fight they gave ESF in the first half, they've clearly got a bright future ahead of them if they can all stick around. Of course, Coach Joe Vaddy knows how to win, and we gotta have these guys in tip-top shape before long.
Sletbold, a 3! Two threes in as many minutes for the freshman. We talked about his impact this season, and he is going to be quite the player for Coach John D'Antonio.
Definitely a guy to build around. Here's another one.
Bit of a heat check there, it felt.
Well, they're blowing the roof off of this place.
ESF out-rebounding JCC 35-26. It explains the score. Marcus Shields tries a mid-range jumper off the front iron, out of bounds. Mighty Oaks basketball.
Yeah, it's a pretty direct comparison. You think every rebound there is contributing to a basket on the other end, and you got a 20-point lead here.
Selling back in. Tries the 3 from the top of the key. Rebound Austin. He thought a bit of a travel there by Devin Green. Not called. Selling yet another steal. He's been a force on the defensive end. Gets it to Emery. Swings inside. It's good. Patrick Emery adds another 2.
Thought he was going to drop the hammer on that one for a second. I held my breath, but he'll take the layup. And the trees are chanting.
22-point lead. The Forest
is alive.
Keem, the Australian product, puts it in. 20-point lead. Timeout, Cannoneers.
And speaking of the Forest,
hey, you guys want your interview?
You all can hear it. We've got a man in amongst the trees, Nico Horning, our sideline reporter, and it looks like he has got one heck of an interview guest lined up. Nico, who is that?
This is one of the outfitted green members here, a mighty oak, if you will, for ESF. What's your name?
My name's Joshua Chung.
Joshua, you got someone behind you too, all the green paint. How's it going? Nice to meet you.
We're ESF all the way.
Hey, your team's doing well tonight. What's it been like to have your team here in the Dome?
I love it. This is my last year, so I had to go out with a bang, and I had to dress up and try to be Okie, you know? So it didn't come out as well as I wanted to, but still supporting ESF, you know what I mean?
Hey, how about your Patrick Emery tonight, breaking the 1,000 career point record? How's that been?
Bro, it's going up. We're going to 2,000, maybe 5,000. We're going to 5,000. Hit it big every year, bro.
What sets your student section apart here?
So you have the 4 green men.
Yep.
And my entire club is here. My entire club, big sustainable energy club. Compared to everyone else, like, are you sitting with your own club? Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like that connection. We're building a connection and foundation and the professionalism that no one else can get. You know what I mean?
Well, good for you. Good for you guys. Good luck the rest of the way.
I appreciate you. Have a good one.
All right, Colin.
Thank you, Nico. The Forest is alive, as Charlie just mentioned, and they are quite green.
In more ways than one, I would say. Well, really only one way. I think in every other way they are as happy as a clam, but green from head to toe in clothing or lack thereof. You'd love to see it.
ESF's recent acquisition, Kyle Williams, checks in. They just tried to lob to Emery. He almost clocked his head on the rim. That wouldn't have been so good, as the shot is blocked, and here's Kyle Williams. Down the other end, to the corner. Cox thought about a three, dribbles inside. Emery, top of the key. Look, rebound, drama.
Think he can do that, make that 5,000 point milestone? He'd need about 4,000 and change next year?
I think that would be a college basketball record. You can almost guarantee it is.
Starts with one.
Passes out of bounds.
Yeah, Kyle Williams joined the team just a few days ago, sophomore, making his season debut, and what better place to do it?
Certainly. Williams, a sophomore guard. And just like last year, the Mighty Oaks had just one senior. Last year, Christian Rossi. This year, Kieran Hefferon. So this young core returns once again.
Next year, they'll have a few guys leaving, most notably, of course, Emery, but also Franco, Cox, Holland. Those guys, all juniors. That's a big part of the core. But luckily, they've got that young core that we've talked about, the Sletvolds, the Benzitos, the Mikey Sellens of the world. Those guys, all freshmen, they're going to be part of the core of this team. So bright future for the Mighty Oaks.
And finishing this season strong and bringing that momentum into next season is going to be pivotal for recruiting efforts for John D'Antonio.
You want to go play for a team that's played a game in the Dome every year since 2018. It's never lost. Come play for ESF. That's definitely one heck of a pitch.
Certainly is.
It's strengthened here tonight.
We're just under 3 minutes to go in the second half. ESF has held on to this 20-point lead. Emmett Keem will head to the free throw line for two. Grabs his own board, goes back up.
Do like the Mario sound effects. They were playing the coins during the Emery ceremony, and I was half afraid that they were going to try and play 1,000 of those sound effects. But I think they played one per every 100 points he'd scored.
See, they have the negative Mario sign when they miss a free throw. It
right.
adds extra incentive to make the free throw. If you're the Cannoneers, they've been struggling on the free throw line tonight. Driving inside.
They'll get a chance for a couple more here. I don't think they have the incentive, though, because they don't make it. It's silent. I think it's the incentive to avoid the embarrassing negative Mario sound. You can't have that playing in your life in any context.
Definitely. Allude to the free throw line.
Gotta avoid that. Not even sure if you can hear that on the broadcast, but hit it.
Lou, a 47% free throw shooter, misses the first. Lou from Allentown, Pennsylvania. Second shot, no good.
2 lives lost. Mario stocks are down.
Kyle Williams on the baseline looking for an outlet. Has Zeta. Drives in. Look at the pretty move. Throws it off the top of the backboard and finds the net.
This second half has been all about the future of ESF men's basketball. We saw that 3-point barrage from Sletvold, now that tough finish from Cox. Those are the guys that you're going to be seeing on ESFTV through the next 3 years.
Lead extends to 22. Cox checks out.
Got James Henk in the game for the first time for ESF. I think he's the last one off the bench.
And I can imagine they're going to want to get the ball to Kieran Hefferon before the end of tonight. Holland misses.
We're under 2 to go now here. What a rollicking night it's been at the JMA Wireless Dome. Thanks to everybody who came out in person and everybody watching on ESFTV.
The Mighty Oaks will win their 4th straight tonight with another game on the schedule. We'll look to seal the season up as Chisholm hits a bucket. Timeout is called.
And for JCC, obviously this one's tough, but you broke that losing streak, I should say, last night. You got that tough, close win. They're coming off a back-to-back. They're obviously pretty tired already, and then you have to come under these bright lights, brighter than any that they have up in Watertown. You know, they were, to a certain extent, set up with the backs against their wall, and they had a commendable effort in the first half. It's obvious that head coach Joe Vowdy runs a tight ship up there, and he'll have this team and more winning ways into the future with this freshman and sophomore-centric team.
And playing a back-to-back is never easy, especially having to travel to the Cuse to play
in Syracuse at all, and then you're on this court with all these people, the forest with the green chests and whatnot. It's a lot that you got to take in, and I cannot blame them for running out of gas here down the stretch. But they fought.
They sure did, and they will have the possession here. Excuse me, the Mighty Oaks will have the possession here.
Yeah, I was going to say that definitely was off. Coming out of a timeout. Should be ESF ball, and it is.
As we said, Hank checked in, as well as Clark Flores.
Yep.
Flores, another freshman on this D'Antonio-led squad. Looking for Hefferon. A corner three. No good. Off the front of the iron.
Oh, nice, nearly. And that would have been a wide open shot,
wow,
too.
And look at Clark Flores. He flies into the stands. Oh, wait, maybe that was an ESF teammate.
Yeah, I think he might have fallen.
Flores is on
yeah,
the court.
I thought that, too. I think the folding chairs might have given us a bit of an illusion there. But whatever happened, it caused that. And that's really the effort on full display. These guys getting their minutes under the dome lights. They want them to be memorable.
Keem to the corner, Chisholm. Up and up, no good. Rebound, Drama. Shot's good. 18-point lead, ESF, 55 seconds to go. Karen Hefferon playing his final 50 seconds in the green and yellow.
Has not scored yet, but they're looking for him.
Inside, Hefferon fighting through the contact, and he's fouled, and he'll head to the line to add his first points to the night on senior night. He was honored in the pregame, and he'll have a chance, maybe a bit tired on the free throw line.
Yeah, and a 50% free throw shooter on the season, but I believe in him. So does the Forest.
Shot's good.
And a hearty applause from the bench and fans alike at the end of a great ESF career.
How about 2 for 2? And Hefferon will check out for Kyle Williams and will receive an ovation from the Mighty Oak faithful. In corner, fouled. And I'll say it again, you gotta wonder why he wasn't more involved at the beginning of the half. He gets to the free throw line with less than 35 seconds to go here, down 20.
These are gonna be his first points of the half if he gets them. And that's appropriate, I think. I don't know, I just think, like I was saying before, even if he was involved at the start, I mean, there would come a point where he was gonna run out of steam, just like this whole team. They were running on fumes already. And the fight they gave ESF is really commendable in that first half. Really gave us some really entertaining basketball, and as he gets a little steal there.
Drama on the baseline, under 25 seconds to play. Chisholm fights to the contact, puts it in. A nice move. Kyle Williams with it now. Goes up and in. Kyle Williams makes an impact in the final seconds of tonight's ESF win. As the final buzzer rings, ESF takes this one.
How's that for a 19-point home court win? And I mean home court win. The Dome was alive tonight, greened out to the fullest. And the home team, the Mighty Oaks, sprouted here today. What a game, really a tale of two halves with these teams locked in a tight battle. Looked like it was going to come down to the wire. We unfortunately were not treated to that finish, but instead we got to see what this senior night of sorts promised. The Patrick Emery milestone. Kieran Heffernan getting into the scoring column. Getting into the scoring column right at the end. Just everything you wanted tonight if you're an ESF fan.
ESF 7-0 here in the JMA Dome. And it can't get any better than that.
And you really can see why, can't you? I mean, look at all that green all across the court from the forest as we head to our final stats here. And, well, would you look at that, 87-68, and the discrepancies are similar along those lines. JCC recovered in the rebound total toward the end, but it was still a 5-rebound advantage for the Mighty Oaks, and that was the deciding factor. Mighty Oaks really just were making their shots, and it was really a story of JCC just drying up on the offensive end. They were humming there for such a long stretch, but they dried up. ESF kept on scoring, and they were able to pull away.
We're going to send things down to our sideline reporter, Nico Warning, who has Coach D'Antonio and Patrick Emery, the leading scorer for ESF tonight.
All right, we got Patrick Emery and Coach John D'Antonio. Coach, congratulations on another win here in the JMA Wireless Dome. You guys remain undefeated here in the Dome. What did it take tonight, especially in the second half, to pull this one out?
Well, I'll tell you, the campus was awesome, just the atmosphere that it created. But guys like Pat, Antonio, they just set the tone with their play. The defense that we started playing in the second half, ball movement, making shots like we normally play. We were just a little out of sorts in the first half, trying to do a lot of other things, just some distractions. But I can't tell you enough about how hard this kid plays. Great team by Antonio, Andrew, Ben, everybody, just a great team win.
And before we get into Patrick, Kieran Heffernan with his senior night here in the Dome, what has he meant to this program on and off the court?
Kieran has worked so hard, and it's funny because he's like the last of the COVID people. He came here from Pennsylvania, and he never saw the campus. And he's just been a loyal team member. He's worked his butt off. He never, he's so positive with the team. He just wants to win. And that's the type of guys that we have. And, he sets that trend, and it's just great for him. So I'm happy that he goes out a winner. He's the first ESF guy, 4-0.
It's been an up and down season for you guys overall, but to come in here, get a key win inside the big building, have a great community in front of you, what does it mean for this program to round out the season with one more game and get a key win here today?
We talked about at the beginning of this calendar year that we want to have a great winning year, and we did have a tough record-wise first semester, but the character of these guys, the effort that they put in, we changed some things up. We just simplified some things, and they played awesome. 6-3 in 2025 is a great way to end off, and it's all the players. They are just outstanding. They work, and they get better every day.
Coach, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
All right, Patrick. 1,000 career points. You get it done here in the Dome, a place you've grown up attending games to, SU basketball. Imagine 30,000 people in this place, and you get to come in here and play a game. And not only do you get the 1,000 points, you do it in the Dome. What did it mean to you tonight?
It means everything to me. I mean, I got to give it thanks to my teammates. I couldn't do it without them, spreading the floor with me. John trusts me with the ball in my hand. Coach, assistant coaches, everyone trusts me with the ball. So, yeah, it's been good.
What was the biggest thing for you guys to create that separation from the first half to the second half?
I think just ball movement. In the first half, we were all nervous, getting our nerves out. A lot of freshmen. We put a lot of effort into our freshmen, a lot of trust in them. A lot of nerves coming out in the first half, but after the second half, we started sharing the ball. Shots started falling. We started playing better on defense. It was good for us.
What can you say about this ESF crowd and your students here tonight to support you guys?
It means everything to us. They were missing foul shots left and right. They were loud all night. It was great. Appreciate them for all coming out.
For you, attending Fayetteville Manlius High School, having the community support that you did there, now you come to ESF and you get to sort of round it out here this season in the Dome. How can you put all this together into words?
I mean, I don't know if I can put it into a few words, but it's been a long journey. You know, we started off, I think, 1-10, and we really fought back the second semester. We could have came in and half-assed it, and we could have just, you know, said, gotta move on to the next season, but we came in, we fought every team, we beat some good teams on the road, and that's what got us here.
Patrick, congratulations on 1,000 career points. Congratulations on the win tonight.
Thank you very much.
All right, Patrick Emery, everybody. Cole and Charlie, what a win tonight for the Mighty Oaks.
It sure was, and Patrick Emery was a big part of it. Emery got over 1,000 points tonight and etched his name in ESF men's basketball history. Well, tonight was a great night as ESF took advantage of a great opportunity to play yet another Dome game and win their 7th straight since 2018.
You can really see the home court advantage in full force tonight. The forest was in bloom. ESF ran away with it in the end, and I have a hard time ever seeing a team coming in and beating them the way the crowd comes out in support here.
Well, it was always Franco and Emery, and it was last season as it was this season. We have one more game to play, but ESF completes their 4-game winning streak. They're going to look to end out the season and seal the deal with 5 consecutive wins and carry this momentum into next season. It would really be such a great thing for this basketball program overall. We want to take a moment to recognize the people who worked so hard during the past fall and spring athletic season, bringing you Mighty Oaks action, and you can see their names on the screen. Our special thanks to the staff at the JMA Dome, Syracuse Athletics, ESF Athletics, and our broadcast partners at WSTM TV, Syracuse, for their assistance in the production of this broadcast. On behalf of our outstanding production crew, Nico Horning, Charlie Fellows, I'm Cole Weintraub. Thank you for joining us. Mighty Oaks Basketball is an exclusive presentation of ESF TV. Final score, ESF 89. SUNY Jefferson 71. So long from Syracuse, New York.